Coming up tonight on Primetime Local News, the Bobcats held their teddy bear toss over the weekend. Plus, the Olive Tree's gift of Christmas served over 400 families in Lloydminster. And this week's edition of Retrospect.
Primetime Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
The Olive Tree's gift of Christmas wrapped up this year with over 1,000 kids getting Christmas gifts. This year's gift of Christmas was a success, with over 400 families in need being provided with gifts they would otherwise not be able to afford, thanks to many generous people in Lloydminster.
Yeah, it was a huge success this year. We gave out 1,021 toys to children, and that supported about 425 families. As well, we gave them stuffies and board games as well. So it was super exciting to be able to do that many gifts this year with the support of our community.
Jana Thompson, who is the Chief Operations Officer of the Olive Tree, says it was great to see people found the time to give to those in the community who are less fortunate, even though Christmas can be a busy season.
It's such a busy season, and so it's definitely heartwarming to see just people taking a little bit of time to pick up a gift and drop it off, or make a donation towards the gift of Christmas or to the food bank for Christmas food hampers. We get so bogged down by the busyness of the season. It's nice to see that everybody just takes a second and slows down and just remembers that they can help a little extra with some families in need.
The Olive Tree has been busy making sure that every family in need will get gifts this Christmas. Students from the College Park Choir had a busy Monday morning as they sang Christmas songs at 3 senior homes and also the Lloyd Mall. The singing of Christmas songs filled the air this morning at the Hemstock Living Residence as students sang a boatload of songs for residents. This opportunity gave the students a chance to show off their singing abilities.
This is our inaugural year for the middle school choir, so we didn't have time to get them ready for an actual Vic Juba concert, so we wanted to make sure they got a chance to perform. So we brought them to a few senior citizens' homes.
Songs like Deck the Halls and We Wish You a Merry Christmas are just some that were sung, and the residents loved every minute of it, as some were even singing along. It was just a great way to get the seniors living there in the Christmas spirit.
That was in a home, and it's nice just to bring something to them that maybe a lot of them necessarily can't get out to see anymore, and it provides the girls a little glimpse into a different life.
To spread joy, and I like making older people smile.
The choir sang at Pioneer Lodge, Pioneer House, Hemstock, and then rounded out the tour with the Lloyd Mall. It's time now for Retrospect. Here's Nick Hott.
This week on Retrospect, we travel back to 1993 for a look into what people were buying for Christmas gifts.
Looking for that last-minute unique gift for that special someone? Well, you weren't alone. It seems a lot of people in the border city had the same idea.
We figured to slow down at 3 o'clock. There's no chance of it.
And what were they looking for?
Our basic seller is the t-shirts, and we have cups with teddy bears, and today it's anything.
Anything is right. It seems last-minute shopping means you'll buy anything you can get before the store closes.
35 should change.
Other popular items seem to be books, the ever-practical gift, the Christmas card, pets, especially easy to care for, fish, and of course the gift that could be worth a lot of money in a few days, the lottery tickets.
People that don't know what to buy lottery tickets, and that's a great gift because they love scratching.
And although this little boy was looking at toys, he wanted something different.
A computer.
A computer? Why a computer?
I don't know. I think they're fun.
But there was one place in the mall that is not seeing much action these days, the post office.
Actually, today it was quite a bit slower than what it has been.
And this lack of action is something the Christmas wrappers are definitely looking forward to.
It's been pretty crazy, yeah. But we're just trying to put the last minute touches on so we can go home too.
Tammy De Silva, NewsHour.
Next, we jump forward to 1996 for a look into a Lloydminster family building an igloo.
Legs down inside here.
Last winter, Russell Moncrief and a friend visited the Big River Winter Ice Carnival. At the event, someone had built an ice igloo for the children to play in, and ever since then, a Lloydminster man has wanted to give it a try here. The family started collecting milk cartons in October, about 15 to 30 a day, to freeze the blocks in, and they now have over 1,000.
My pa is out in Marshall freezing them on his deck. He had almost 2 tons of ice on his deck there last weekend.
The family has been working hard for the past week on a task that they say is taking them longer than they expected. But they say despite the recent cold weather, they're having a great time celebrating winter in a unique way.
This town needs some people that do some different kind of things just to make winter worthwhile. We can't do nothing about the weather, so find something that makes it enjoyable.
But how big is the house going to be?
Oh, above my head anyway. It looks really nice backlit with there's floodlights underneath here. And when you turn the floodlights on, it shines through the ice and it looks really nice. More fun than shoveling snow.
Julie Matthews, NewsHour.
This week on Retrospect, we have a third story. Traveling to 1997, we take a look into a Christmas without snow.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Not gonna happen. This could be the first brown Christmas since 1959. Usually, kids are skating on frozen ponds in December. This year, quite a different story.
Another day for all, but just get some practice in.
So, what about the local economy?
I think this part of the world needs snow to make the world go round. The car people who repair cars, the clothing people need to sell warm clothes, the skidoo people need to sell skidoos. The travel business is affected by it, I think a little bit, but not as much as people might think.
A lot of snow and cold weather helps our business quite a bit.
But the hot temps can turn into cold cash for business.
Yeah, it's the busiest day of the year.
And the crowds in the mall prove that. The lack of snow doesn't seem to be stopping the shopping.
Beautiful, love it, gorgeous, fantastic.
We want snow for one day though, Christmas, that's it. Just that stuff that melts right away though.
After like a day.
It's beautiful.
I think it's wonderful to have weather like this at this time of the year.
Wonderful. I don't like snow very much at all.
It's nice. I kind of like to see snow for Christmas though.
Well, you don't have to wear all these heavy clothes and boots and stuff. And sure helps on fuel costs and stuff. So.
I'd prefer snow for Christmas.
And some remain optimistic.
They say it could snow. So.
And the feelings are mixed on the weather dampening Christmas spirits.
Oh no.
Nope. It does. No, it doesn't. It's kind of hard to get into Christmas shopping when it's not snowing, but other than that, we don't mind.
A little bit. It doesn't quite feel like Christmas.
What do you think? Brooms instead of shovels?
It's hard to believe I can stand out here and not really be that cold in my shirt and sweep the sidewalk on December 23rd. By the way, it's my granddaughter Caitlin's birthday, and I'll always remember this the rest of my life, to think that you could do something like this. It's hard to believe.
Richard Ozero, NewsHour.
And that's all for this week of Retrospect.
Retrospect is brought to you by Webb's Machinery. Find New Holland products at Webb's Machinery, your dealer in Vermilion, Vegreville, Lamont, Wainwright, St. Paul, and Consulate.
I'm joined now with Abby St. John, who's going to give us our first look at the weather. It's a bit of a colder day out here in Lloydminster.
Yes, definitely colder than what we saw over the weekend. We saw quite a nice weekend actually here, but yes, it is quite chilly out. It is minus 19 right now, so we're above double digits, and it feels closer to minus 28 with that wind chill. So things are definitely significantly cooler than what we saw over the last couple of days. It's going to get cold and then it's going to warm up a little bit, and that's going to be kind of the pattern for a little bit for this week at least into next week, 17-kilometer-per-hour winds. So the wind is definitely a bit of a factor for sure, and it is partially cloudy. Current temperatures in Alberta, -19 also out in Wainwright and Vegreville, -15 out in Edmonton, -18 in Provost, Morwayne and Lac La Biche, and -17 in Vermilion, St. Paul, Bonnyville, and in Cold Lake. And in Saskatchewan, similar temperatures to Alberta, -15 in Isla Cross, -12 in Green Lake, -14 in Meadow Lake, -17 in St. Walburg and Maidstone, Macklin sitting at -19, and then it is -16 out in Pierceland and in North Battleford. Overnight tonight, North Battleford, it will be 21 will be your overnight low for this evening. Clouds will start to break. 25% chance of some precipitation, so that's always a chance. 11-kilometer-per-hour winds. Into tomorrow, a daytime high of -20, so it is going to be quite cold out. 15-kilometer-per-hour wind, so it is going to feel cooler than that -20 with that wind chill, and it will be quite cloudy. Overnight tonight in Cold Lake, temperatures will drop down to -25. It will be overcast, 25% chance of some precipitation, 11-kilometer-per-hour winds. Into tomorrow, a high of -22, so it will be quite cold out, and it will be a mix of sun and cloud throughout the day, 11-kilometer-per-hour winds. Overnight tonight here in Lloydminster will be -22. Those clouds will start to thicken up as the evening goes on. 25% chance of some precipitation, 15-kilometer-per-hour wind. So it is going to remain windy. 6 a.m. tomorrow, -21, 17-kilometer-per-hour winds. It is going to be windy until the evening, -21 by noontime. Mostly cloudy, 15-kilometer-per-hour winds. And then that wind speed slows down by the evening, 9 kilometers per hour. It is going to be a little bit hazy tomorrow evening around 6 p.m. and -26, -29 by midnight. So it is going to get quite cold tomorrow into Wednesday. And then over the next 3 days, we'll get up to a high of -21 and a low of -29 for tomorrow, mix of sun and cloud. And then it is going to be quite cloudy on Wednesday and cold, high of -19 and a low of -25. And we are about a 77% chance of some afternoon snow, accumulating about 1 to 3 centimeters. And then on Thursday, mostly cloudy, and it is going to be cold as well, high of -19 and a low of -23. So the first half of the week is going to be quite cold, but it should warm up by the end. As a first look at your evening weather forecast, we'll have more news coming up after the break.
The Lloydminster Bobcats hosted their annual teddy bear toss game this past weekend with the addition of a sock toss as well. Our Thomas Wildman has more.
The Bobcats' annual teddy bear toss game is one of the highlights of the season. Looking to spoil the fun were the visiting Olds Grizzlies, as fans waited in anticipation for the first goal to toss the teddies on the ice. Daniel Zhao made sure the fans didn't have to wait long.
Come on, Mo.
At the 2-minute mark, hundreds of teddies and socks rained down onto the ice after Daniel Zhao's goal, which had the Bobcats players very happy for all the support from the fans.
It's awesome. It's the support we get, and it's definitely awesome that we had a bunch of people come out throw bears, and it was very special, especially seeing the support that happened. We're thankful as the players for what happened today.
The goals didn't stop, as Ben Constantino would score 2 goals in the game, with goals also coming from Matthew Hikita, Cade Fondele, Caden Wiltsey, Alessio Nardelli, and Jackson Hopko to help the Bobcats to an 8-5 victory.
I thought it was a little bit of a choppy effort. We played to stick with our game. Definitely scored more than them, and we could have defended a little better, but we pulled out the win. That's all that we're happy about.
The Bobcats are climbing up the AJHL North standings, sitting 2 points back of the Grand Prairie Storm for second place. The Bobcats hope to finish 2024 strong when they host the Whitecourt Wolverines. Thomas Wildman, Primetime, local news.
Border Paws Animal Shelter is holding a talent show fundraiser for the new year. Abby St. John has more.
I'm very happy to be joined here today by events coordinator at Border Paws Animal Shelter, Chelsea Reeves. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, no worries. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, this is coming up in January, this event that Border Paws is going to be hosting. So it is a little soon, but it's never too soon to talk about this kind of event because if you have a special talent in the city, then you will love this event as Border Paws will be putting on Lloydminster's Got Talent at Fourth Meridian Brewery on January 17th. So that's super exciting. Talk to me a little bit about this. Yeah, tell me a little bit about this talent show and what you're looking for in terms of the participants.
Honestly, talents can range. It can be someone who's good at singing, even like dancing, magic tricks. If you're not talented yourself, if you have a dog that's good at some tricks, you can bring them in. We're happy to have any talents.
And it's super exciting. This is a brand new event that you guys are putting on. So tell me a little bit about that process of coming up with it. I know you guys were looking at doing some more newer events this upcoming year. So tell me a little bit about where this idea came from and what you hope to achieve from it.
It sounds a little bit silly, but one of the girls and I, we were singing, just having a good time. And then we were like, you know what, we should do a Lloydminster's Got Talent. And that's kind of where it came from.
Yes, for sure. And now this is still a fundraiser for the shelter, as is all the events you
100%.
guys put on. So tell me a bit about how you're raising money and where that money is going towards.
So it's a $25 fee to if you wanted to participate and showcase your talents. Part of that is going to be actually as a grand prize to whoever the winner is. And then the rest is going to go right towards the shelter. So taking care of our animals, vet visits, that's a really, really big one. And then food, general management, and all of that stuff.
Wonderful. Now, on the registration side is what we're going to focus on mostly for right now, as it's still next month. So, how can people register? Is there, tryouts, or is it just you register, you say your talent, and then you show up on the day of? How does the talent portion of it work for those who do want to participate?
So on our Facebook page, there is the event listed, and then there's a Google form that you fill out. And then it comes directly to me, and then you just show up on the event.
Wonderful. Well, we'll definitely talk. Yes, we'll definitely talk more about it as leading up to it because this is a very exciting, unique event that you guys are putting on, and hopefully, it caters to a lot of the city. I know there's talent jam packed in the city,
So
so
much
to
talent in
show
the
off,
city.
and it's a great way to raise money for you guys as well. So I'm excited to learn more as we get closer to the event and maybe get some hints on some of the talents we can see. So thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to learning more.
Yes, me too. Well, look forward to talking about it more.
Now let's take a look at your pets of the day.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to have them featured on Pet of the Day.
OnStar has partnered with NORAD once again this year for the annual Santa Tracker program. Stacy Comer has more on what that means and how kids can keep track of Mr. Claus.
I have a special guest joining me today on Primetime Local News. Alex Rosander is here. Alex is the OnStar Assistant Marketing Manager. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
We are talking about a very exciting promotion, I guess we can call it today. You have joined forces with NORAD, known for their annual Santa Tracker, and now people with OnStar, if their kids want to talk to Santa, they can do that through OnStar as well. So tell me how all this works.
Yeah, so that's absolutely correct. So starting today through the 24th, you can press your OnStar blue button if you have a GM vehicle. to talk to Santa, to get an update on Santa, see what he's doing leading up to the big night. And then on the 24th, you can call back in and we'll give you some updates on where he's at around the globe. So we have a great partnership with NORAD as well as the American Red Cross for this campaign. So we're excited to continue to bring it to life. This is our 16th year of doing this. So really exciting and something we look forward to every year.
You mentioned the Red Cross, and there is that component where if you are pressing the button, you're also helping out the Red Cross. So tell me how that works.
Absolutely. So we have a great partnership with the American Red Cross, and we're excited to include them in the campaign this year. But for every button push that you do to interact with Santa, whether that's asking for an update on him or following him, OnStar will donate $1 to the American Red Cross for up to a maximum donation of $30,000. So really great way to have some fun over the holiday season, but also be giving back to a great cause and helping people that we know are in such need after some of the hurricanes that happened this past year. So we're really excited to be able to work with them again for this campaign.
And so now, how does this work? Are there volunteers with OnStar that are helping when the button is pushed and kids are asking for Santa, or is it all through NORAD, or how does that partnership work?
It's a great question. So our OnStar advisors are equipped and available to help out 24/7. So they'll help out if you have an emergency, you need help, need directions, etc. They're also Santa's helpers. So they'll help out and have a direct connection to the North Pole so they can give you those updates as well. So all you have to do is ask an advisor that you're calling to ask or to learn more about Santa, and they'll give you his daily update.
Why does OnStar do this? Why do you feel the need to be involved and help out like this?
Well, we love the Christmas season and we love giving back to the community. So we found that there's a really fun partnership and way that we can help bring our services to life in a way that is really fun and engaging and interactive. So it's something for people of all ages to participate in. We know a lot of times parents will push that blue button because they can reach a little bit easier, but we want kids, everybody to enjoy and really have fun with it. You can also interact with our OnStar Guardian app. If you don't have a GM vehicle, it'll give you all the same functionality. So really fun, just way that we like to contribute to the end of the year and the holiday season.
Now, I know sometimes kids get super excited and they might want to push the button today, but then, another 5, 6 days as we get a little bit closer, they might want to push it again and get another update. So is that okay if they try to do this for a few updates, or is this just a one-time thing?
Absolutely, push that button as much as you want. So every day we'll have a new update. Santa's very busy and he's running around and getting everything prepared. So we'll give you a different update every day depending on what he's doing. But every time you push that button, we'll donate another $1. So we encourage everybody to donate or to press their buttons as much as they can and just have some fun with it, enjoy and get some updates on the big guy. And just know it's going to a great cause at the end of the day every time you do.
Do you happen to keep track of the numbers? Do you have numbers from last year, or do you just let it go and the button, however many times it's pushed, that's fine with you guys?
Yeah, so we do keep track, and we continue to see year over year really great engagement and improvements every year. I think we're all amazed each year how many more people engage with it than we did the previous year. So we've decided to every year kind of add new elements to it as well as expand and kind of have fun with it, talk about new things on our social platforms, etc. So we do continue to see year over year increased engagement, and we're just thrilled to see what engagement will look like at the end of this year. But something that everyone can take part in and love. So we're really excited to see how many people take part in it this year.
So if people are looking for more information on this, I know we covered a lot, but sometimes they still like to do searches on their own and find out a little bit more. Where is the best place to find that information?
OnStar.com is your source for everything Santa. So if you have any questions, you can just call an advisor if you'd like. But our OnStar.com webpage has a ton of information. You'll also see us on social media talking about this campaign all throughout the week. So Facebook, Instagram, etc., Pinterest, you can log on to your favorite social channel and get some updates as well.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate chatting with you today. And this is such an awesome thing. I happen to have OnStar in my vehicle as well. So I think that maybe once or maybe closer to the day, I'll be pressing that button to, like you said, help out a good cause. But we all want to know where Santa is too and how the weather is, making sure that he's going to be able to get where he needs to go. So thank you for doing this and for partnering with NORAD. This is just such an awesome thing. And I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me today.
Thank you so much. My husband and I called Santa a little bit ago to make sure we were on the nice list. So everything is A-okay. We encourage everybody to do the same as well. But feel free to engage as much as you want leading up to the campaign. And I encourage everyone to do so.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much again, Alex, and happy holidays to you.
Thank you. You as well.
Coming up after the break, Abby St. John will give us one more look at your evening weather.
Taking a final look at our evening weather forecast, it's -19 currently here in Lloydminster, so quite cold. We saw a colder day than we saw over the last couple of days today. That's going to continue for the next few days as well. -17 out in Cold Lake and Whitecourt, -15 in Edmonton and Edson, -18 in Athabasca, -12 in Red Deer and Rocky Mountain House, and -8 out in Jasper. And in Saskatchewan, -14 in Meadow Lake, -10 in Prince Albert, -16 in North Battleford, -11 in Saskatoon, and -9 out in Melfort. Up north in Saskatchewan, -19 in Uranium City, -18 in Stony Rapids, -17 in Wollaston Lake, La Loche, and Buffalo Narrows, -15 in South End, and -13 out in Flin Flon. And in Alberta, up north, it's definitely a lot cooler. -22 in Fort Chipewyan, -23 in High Level, -21 in Fort Mac and Peace River, -19 in Slave Lake, and -20 out in Grand Prairie. If we head down south in Alberta, it is a little bit warmer. -6 in Banff, -9 in Calgary and Medicine Hat, -7 in Lethbridge, and at the coldest, -17 in Coronation. And in Saskatchewan, also a little bit cooler in some, or warmer in some areas. -9 in Yorkton, Moose Jaw, and Estevan, -8 in Regina, -18 in Kinnersley, and -16 in Swift Current. Overnight tonight in North Battleford, it will be -21 for your overnight low. Clouds will start to break as the evening goes on. 25% chance of precipitation. Overnight tonight, Cold Lake, overcast and very cold, a low of -25, 25% chance of precipitation as well. And if we take a look overnight tonight across the region, -23 in Meadow Lake, -26 in Bonnyville, -21 in Provost, and -22 in Isle of Cross and Paradise Hill, with a mix of clear to partially cloudy skies. More overnight temperatures, -24 in Murnum and in Pierceland, -22 in Unity and in Wainwright, and -17 out in Calgary. And again, a little bit more cloud coverage in Pierceland and Calgary. Other than that, it will be mostly to partially cloudy. And then if we take a look overnight tonight here in Lloydminster, we'll drop to -22, and those clouds will start to thicken up as the evening goes on. 25% chance of precipitation and wind speeds at about 15 kilometers per hour. And then over the next 7 days, a high of -21 and a low of -29 for tomorrow. So it is going to be very cold out. So dress accordingly. And then on Wednesday, 77% chance of afternoon snow, accumulating about 1 to 3 centimeters, high of -19. High of -19 on Thursday as well. Mix of sun and clouds, so it is going to be quite cold. On Friday, there's about a 55% chance of a little bit of morning snow. And then things will warm up on Saturday. A high of -8. Low of -13, and a mix of sun and cloud. Those clouds come back on Sunday. However, it is not going to be as cold too. A high of -4 and a low of -10. And then on Monday, about a bit of ice in the afternoon with a high of -3 and a low of -10. So we have this week to be cold, and then next week following the weekend, it will be a little bit warmer of conditions, which is nice to see. So we just have to get through this week.
That's right. That seems to be the story of this winter so far. We got, a cold week and then a warm week, and it just keeps
one week
going.
at a time.
Yeah.
Is just what we have to get through.
That's right. Our classic Alberta and Saskatchewan weather for sure.
Yeah.
But that's all the time we have today for Primetime Local News. Thanks for joining us.